Coach DeAugustine, obviously not the outcome that you would have liked to have, but I know beforehand you told me when I asked you, hey, Vince, what's going to be the keys to success? You said the swing matches are going to make us and break us. Can you talk about some of those matches, obviously, that didn't go in your favor?
Obviously, I do not like to lose, so I don't, whether I'm playing my daughter at some kind of card game, I don't want to lose, so, but the fact that we lost, I thought we went down swinging a little bit. I thought we did some good things, and that's kind of somewhat acceptable if we learn from those little mistakes.
Right.
But I thought the swing matches that we had, obviously, we didn't want to give up. They forfeited to Kapusta right out of the gate, and then we threw out Nate Caracciolo. Might have pulled a hamstring, did some stuff there, didn't fight through that adversity. It was kind of a bad loss for us, I think. I thought we could have been a little more competitive there. But as we go through it, we wanted to get the Carr-Velma matchup, but, we had choice there, and it didn't make sense at that point.
Right.
We had some good things happen down below with, root beer winning, and so we thought we were still in the match at that point, so we kind of avoided that. Then Eli Carr goes out and gets the fall. We match Kapusta up against Jesko. He goes out and gets the fall. And then I thought Charlie Message was a star against Ansel. I thought he did a really, really good job. He's given up about 10 pounds, and we weren't sure how that match was going to go. That was one of the swing matches that we needed.
Okay.
But we weren't sure. We talked earlier about maybe putting Message against Jesko, but, those bloodline at Connellsville with Jeskos are pretty good. So, but we moved them up, and part of our strategy there was to kind of lock Ansel in at 60, because we thought we had a little bit of a chance at 72 and 89, and it turned out we did. We wish Pierce would have won at 72, but that's probably the best we've seen him wrestle in a while.
Yeah.
And then obviously Ryan Steffi at 89 was a match that, it's his first varsity match ever. He's a senior. He's never competed. He's been unfortunate with ACL injuries, MCL injuries. So, it was his first varsity match, and he gets in that position. It was kind of tough. So, but at no fault to him. He went out and competed hard. But unfortunately, it's probably not the situation you want to be in for your first varsity match.
Right.
And then from there, same thing with Ethan Shaw. He's just a guy that come out for football and just appreciates. We appreciate him coming out, and it was a tough opponent. So again, no fault to him.
Yeah.
You talked about Charlie Message, a great performance, bumping up, taking on a tough Ethan Ansel. You got to be proud of him for his effort, correct?
Super proud. He turned a corner, man. That county win, and right around that time when he won a county title, it's just been a different guy. There's times in Charlie's match, and he don't see it as much, where the old Charlie would have took, there was a little adversity in those matches, and sometimes he would have said, okay, let me give up on a takedown, or let me do this. But like right there and the county tournament, he's fighting through that, because he does it in a practice room, and you guys are well aware that that's the most important part. Yeah. If you're fighting in the practice room, it's easy out here. It's just second nature. So, kudos to him. He's awesome, man. And
So what, obviously, this is going to leave a sting, obviously, for your coaching staff and your wrestlers, but what's the message now moving forward, right? How do you take, obviously, something positive out of a loss?
Yeah, again, I just talk to those guys and say sometimes when you lose, sometimes they're more talented. But ultimately what we're trying to do is we put together a pretty tough schedule, from Top Hat to, the 4 losses we have are to Connellsville, Canamac, Butler, and Latrobe. So, we're not necessarily – the problem is I don't mind losing as a team if we are continuing to improve. And I thought tonight was a moment where, we had some moments in the match where – we could have been better. We got to get some guys in better shape. But ultimately, we were a better team tonight than we were a month ago.
Right.
So I'm proud of these guys for what they did and the schedule we put together. And I think moving forward in the playoffs, I think we're a tough out. I'm not saying that we're a top 4 team that can make it to Hershey, but I think you have to come and scrap.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's where we want to be. That's why we put together the Top Hat. We go to the Powerade. Our section's tough with Latrobe and Connellsville. And obviously wrestling Canamac off schedule, Top Hat. We went to Butler. Waynesburg was there. We try to put together the toughest schedule that we can, so that these guys are starting to peak at this time. Other teams might not be peaking. They might be going the other way. Might get tired. Might not want to. Some guys have a month long of practice till we get to the individual section.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's an individual sport, and I think we're getting better, and we're going to start peaking at the right time.
I agree with everything you said. I thought tonight was your best performance of the year, top to bottom. How important is it to peak? You don't want to peak too early, too late. You're kind of in that point of the season where your peak you're starting to get to that peak. How important is it to have that hit now and not a month ago or in a month and a half when it's maybe too late.
Yeah. I think we do. So Marky, one of the things that, without giving away too many secrets, is we're constantly changing our practices and how we practice, and I think we do a good job of having our guys peak individually at the end of the year. And the different things that we do, the different talks we give them, the way we talk to them,
But don't give up too many of
yeah,
the
right.
secrets now.
So the way we practice, things are different, right? You caught me. You're good. I almost said it.
Hey, I tried to.
Because I know Levy's out there watching. So, but no, and that's a guy that understands it. But we do everything we can to change things up, make sure they're fresh, and make sure that they're peaking. And I think, like you said, we're doing a good thing here. And I think there were some times where these kids weren't buying in and thought that the complaining and the screaming that I did, they didn't really understand it. But I think now they're starting to get it. And I think at the end of the year, individually, which is the most important part to me, I'm not a team guy. You guys know that. Jeff Shaw will tell you that. But at the end of the year, they're going to be ready to peak at the right time.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
perfect. Yeah,
Appreciate
awesome.
you guys. Thanks for covering 4 matches that we lost. I just want to appreciate that.
It was 3.
3. Oh, okay.
Well, that was head coach Vince DeAugustine. And